by Patrick Bet.
Are you at the beginning? Yeah, you're at 0. There's no intro, no sexy beginning.
He just dives right into it.
God damn, we provide a lot more Valuetainment than Valuetainment does in our shit.
Let's go. And if there's ads, we apologize. We're gonna try to.
Yeah,
make sure
we'll try to edit them out.
Yeah, we'll try to get it out. Of the
Probably
way.
won't do
You know
it
what's
very
worse than a market crash? A reverse market crash, a concept I've been talking about on the podcast. So what is a reverse market crash? That's when all of a sudden the market just balloons up. And you're like, wait a minute, what happened? And you're trying to hold it. And you see the rich get richer and the poor get poor. Now you may say, Pat, how is that even possible? I want you to look at this chart from Pew Research. Everybody that's a politician that becomes a governor or Congress or Senate, they all want to claim, we got to help the middle class. We got to help middle income. But look what this data is telling us from Pew Research.
Pause.
According to the
Pause. Oh, shit. Okay, we're getting political right out the gate. Okay. So I can already tell where he's going with this. You got a chart here, a share of U.S. aggregate wealth.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong.
We've addressed this many times on the show.
I think he's listening to our show, personally.
I mean, how long have we been saying this? Middle class is going to continue to shrink, and the wealthy are just going to continue to get wealthy.
So what he's talking about is exactly what we've been concerned about for a long period of time, where and we talked about it on the show where we did a pretty in-depth breakdown of the 1% of the country controlling more wealth than the entire middle class. So that 1% of the entire population controls more than 52% of the population, which makes up the middle class.
Yes.
And that's true. And this is a huge, if real estate values go up next year, this is pretty much a foregone conclusion that the wealthy will get wealthier. And that's because the wealthy also own 50% of the private companies in this country, and they own 80-something% of the stock.
Mm-hmm.
So between the two of those, in and of itself, if the market goes up, they get wealthier. And because the middle class cannot afford and generally does not have as much of these things, they don't get wealthier. It's not rocket science. It's simple.
Yep, exactly.
And yet, he went right into the politician thing. So this is my problem with Patrick Bet David. He's got a heavy political slant these days.
Does he really?
Heavy political slant. Not to say that it's not misinformed. It's just, I think sometimes his passion for the political side of things can detract from the financial or the business advice on some level. They are intertwined.